Protect yourself and your family from unexpected challenges. Consider accident-only income protection. Click the link in the description to find out more.
Conference, just give me your thoughts on the fights and what the Saudis have done so far.
You know what, yeah. If somebody said to you, Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn will be sitting on the same podium, you'd be like, you're lying. Yeah? Somebody will be saying you're lying.
Okay, Frank.
Yeah?
Frank, can you come in here? Frank, get in here.
Yeah? Yeah, you jump in.
All right, let's go, boys. Let's go.
Frank, actually, no, 1 second, Frank, quickly.
What? Right, guys, let's
Pro
go.
boxing fans, Frank Warren, groundbreaking press conference. We've seen you and Eddie Hearn share top table. We're seeing fighters from all over the globe mix it on one card. Just talk to me about how big this is for boxing.
Well, you see how big it is for boxing. Boxing from all over the globe, involved in good quality fights. I mean, there's some fantastic fights on there, and they're important fights. And for some of the boxers, they're career-defining fights.
I know you and Eddie have had the backstage talk for a couple of minutes. Just talk to us and tell us what that was like, what was said.
Hello, how are you? And let's get on with it. That was it.
So when you guys fighting?
Sorry?
When you Eddie fighting?
Look, I don't want.
I'll pay you £1 million.
I don't want to fight. Look, I'm 70 odd years of age, and I could still do it. But you know,
Frank, do you think this is going to change the face of boxing? The fact that we've got multiple promoters coming to the table, multiple fighters from across all different networks.
Look, we work very hard with His Excellency, Seller, all the groups from Saudi, Queensbury, Spencer Brown, all of us have worked very hard to get this together. We've got it together, and we're now working on this particular show with 12 different promoters. So, it's happened, and everyone worked to make it happen, and everybody's happy that it's happening. I'm certainly happy. It's happening, and you should all be, because no one can moan at me. You can't give me them moany questions anymore, because you got what you want. You're getting the fights that matter. And what's really important, this unification fight, when it happens, somebody will win it. I believe it'll be Tyson, but somebody will win it. And then these guys are going to be jockeying to get themselves into position. People are involved in fights that are in number one slots, who at the end of the day can't afford to slip up. You've got AJ in a fight with another southpaw, and we know he struggled with southpaws in the past, with a guy who's only lost one fight, and that was against Tyson. You've got Bomb Squad, Deontay in there. He's in there with a guy who's just coming off a really good win and is a competitor. He can't afford to slip up, because the next best fight, other than unification, that everybody wanted to see was those two fighting each other. So they can't afford to slip up, because everybody wants to see that fight. So let's hope they come through their respective fights and you'll see it.
Frank,
but there's no way the others are going to roll over, that's for sure.
Frank, with the money that the Saudis are offering now, at the days of the big heavyweight fights being in London, Vegas, New York, are they over?
No, I don't think so. I think at the moment there'll be a lot of fights there. But let me tell you something. What you're going to get for the British fans, you're going to watch them at prime time. You're not going to be watching fights at 4 or 5 in the morning. You'll be watching these shows at prime time. So how can you complain about that? It's brilliant.
And has there been a deal signed after these fights that if they both come through unscathed, that AJ and Wilder finally fight? Is there any contract?
I'm not going into any of that. Just be pleased that this is on. Enjoy the moment, fellas, because that's what you all wanted to see. You wanted to see these fights, and that's it. And there'll be another big announcement in the next day or so, and you're going to all be even happier campers.
Frank, can I ask why it's taken for the involvement of those in Saudi Arabia to start getting all of you guys working together to have an event like this?
Well, because you can't put. I could not. No promoter could put this fight on without the help of the financial help and the vision to make it happen. Nobody. That's the truth of the matter. And they are. His Excellency has put it into place that he and we can make these fights happen, and that's what we're working on.
Frank, when the time is right to make Fury Joshua, are we now saying all doors are open and it's going to be far easier than ever?
Providing Joshua keeps winning, who knows? We'll see what happens.
Just your response, obviously, Eddie, Joshua didn't want to answer the question of Dev Sani. He referred to his promoter to ask the question. Just your thoughts on that?
Who gives a shit?
All right, guys. Thanks very much. Frank, all done. Frank,
lovely.
One of the seconds out. Last one.
Just obviously, it's Dubois versus Miller. There are risks in terms of using Miller as an opponent, given his past. Will there be extra testing to ensure that Miller, is on the right track?
Every boxer is on the VADA program. Please God, nobody fails a test. But if they do, they'll be out.
Is there a replacement opponent on standby for any of the fights?
Is what?
Replacement opponents on standby for any of the fights, in case of that as a possibility?
Why are you so negative all the fucking time? For God's sake, fellas. Why are you... Oh.
Frank, Christmas in Saudi?
What more do you want, eh? Yeah, we're going to bring you in, and if one pulls out, I'm going to drag you up there and put you
Frank, Christmas in Saudi?
Sorry?
Christmas in Saudi?
Well, we're at 23rd, isn't it? And I'll tell you what, it's a Christmas cracker for the fans, isn't it? It's a big Christmas cracker for the fans. Don't get no better than this, does it? I mean, this is mind-blowing stuff. Brilliant stuff for boxing. And we've got a standby opponent. Where are you?
Thanks, Frank. Matt.
Have you ever been stranded on the side of a motorway with a broken down car? Like me, is that something that worries you? That's where motor breakdown insurance comes in. If your vehicle breaks down, a trained professional will be sent out to get you back on the road. Or if this is not possible within the specified time frame, to transport you to your home or to the nearest garage.